Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Digital, your guide to all that's happening in the IPL 2026. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. And we've got Dwaipa and Datta. Very shortly, we will also have Nitin Naik and Gaurav Gupta joining us. Dwaipa, today I am reminded of the dialogue from Nana Patekar's movie. आ गए मेरा मौत का तमाशा देखने के लिए. That's kind of a feeling I get when we are talking about this topic about Mumbai Indians. All of you have come to see Mumbai Indians struggle, and I can see that all the rival sides and the fans of rival sides are all enjoying it completely.
That is true. That is true. When a powerhouse struggles, then the rivals obviously it is true across sports. Like when a Manchester United struggled or when a Real Madrid struggled, the people around enjoy because they have had such long periods of domination that people start enjoying that. So I think that is the case with Mumbai Indians at the moment also. The fact that they are struggling, but the struggle has largely been their doing. They failed to understand why they were not winning. Like it was, I think they took their struggles for the last few years a little too casually. Uh, the fact that the bowling was not clicking, etc., etc. It was too heavily a Bumrah dependent bowling attack that they were not understanding it, and finally it has come back to hit them, bite them at a time when when they are really feeling it. I think that a lot about this struggle is about their bowling attack, the lack of bite in their bowling attack, because you are not going to like chase 200 plus totals, 22, 25s every day. That can happen once, twice, but not every day. So batting also has been dysfunctional, but the bowling has been really toothless, and that has a lot to do with the support cast of Bumrah. Though Bumrah also hasn't taken wickets, but the the pressure hasn't been created from the other end for Bumrah to take wickets, because T20 cricket is about creating pressure and then one bowler takes wickets. So it has been a very toothless attack, which is hurting them. So yeah, tomorrow is a crunch game. They lose tomorrow,
Today,
they
today,
are out of contention for a last four.
today, in 1 hour's time.
Today, sir. Yeah. Today.
Gaurav, if I may request you, can you close the curtain behind you? There's too much light coming in from behind you.
Okay, let me see
Yeah,
if I can.
yeah. Nitin,
Hi.
I was just telling Dwaipan that today's encounter reminds me of Krantiveer, where Nana Patekar in the final scene is saying, "आ गए मेरा तमाशा देखने के लिए." That kind of a feeling, like everybody's getting vicarious pleasure in seeing Mumbai struggle. And I can see the pleasure on the face of Mr. Dwaipan Datta. Behind his charming beard, I can see the smile on his face. Do you get a sense that everybody is reveling in the fact that Mumbai is struggling?
I think unfairly, Chandresh, I think it is more to do with Hardik Pandya and his image more than anything else. I think he's such a divisive figure in terms of uh, or perception. People's perception about Hardik causes them to hate him, which is unfair because he's a very gifted cricketer. Because he likes to live things up, he has his way to lead life, and it's his life. He can do whatever he wants. But when the results, you know, don't show up on the field, I think 2024 they finished last year. Obviously, they played well, but could not win the trophy. And this year again, so this is now going to be the third year. So and fans generally, we are so emotionally attached to Roko, and especially Rohit Sharma and Mumbai has such a deep connection. They somehow the other blame Hardik for Rohit's ouster from the team as captain, and and if you see all the social media feeds, you see even that day after the Punjab match, they showed Rohit's head in his hand and saying that there was one tweet which said that brick by brick, whatever this man built is being dismantled. Now Hardik Pandya, it is not Hardik Pandya's fault that MI chose to hire him at whatever price he commanded. Even if he has commanded a certain price, it was up to the franchise to give it or no, isn't it? So I think Hardik Pandya is gives the team or gives the chatter a lot of ammunition um, to troll the franchise or to hate the franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaurav, what's your take? What's going to happen? Will Rohit be playing today's game? How long is he going to be out? What is the status with Rohit's fitness?
I really doubt that Rohit will be playing. I think he's got a hamstring injury proper hai, so he was never going to play in the last match, and I really doubt that he's going to play today. I mean, really doubt, matlab, I'm pretty confident कि नहीं खेलेगा वो because, and I think it will be a bad idea. It will be stupid of him to play also with the kind of hamstring injury that he has. I don't know why he's going out at the nets and stretching himself and so on and so forth, unless he's desperate to prove a point to the selectors that he's extremely fit at this age, and he's not 38, he's 18, and he can play for another 15-20 years. नहीं तो कोई मतलब नहीं है अभी खेलने का फालतू में क्यों कर रहा है ये सब मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है यार हो गया कर लिया हो गया भाई उसको राणे को दोनों को समझ जाना चाहिए अपना मतलब वीआरएस लो फर्स्ट क्लास वीआरएस भी जरूरत नहीं यार you have achieved you've done you what you have I mean what is this urge to keep stretching it unnecessarily you know he doesn't have a fitness of Virat Kohli if he had he would have continued I mean you know गेम है भी नो डाउट हैविंग सेड दैट अभी पता चला 27 वर्ल्ड कप में he'll be again there but given a choice I will not I mean this match he looks really doubtful from here for the next 3-4 games hamstring injuries don't heal that easily I'm told so it will take time for him to recover the same with Ayush Matre वो तो 18 साल का है ठीक है ना मतलब even his hamstring injury should take time if it's a tear. So in case of Rohit, no way. He's never going to play the last match. He's never going to play here also. Even with the impact player rule being in place.
Okay, we'll start taking questions from the subscribers. Okay, Gaurav Jain has a bunch of questions for you, Dwaipan, as expected. First question is, Didi sir, is it time to call out CSK's medical team? In 5 years, insane number of injuries. JSK, TSK have even more, as in Joburg Super Kings and Texas Super Kings have even more. My God, he's keeping track of that also. From Deepak, 3 year injury mismanagement to Ayush not being called back, they have been horrible. And CSK management have ruined Ayush breakout season by their foolish decisions. Even Rutu could have asked him to return, but expecting common sense from him cannot be common nowadays.
Yes, I think he has a point because how this fitness thing works. I was listening to the podcast of Ashwin's, and he said that how when he was playing for Rajasthan Royals, like how the team monitors the fitness situation of every player every month through the year. Like they have a very strong monitoring system. Like, is it there for Chennai Super Kings? As far as I know, there is the medical team, etc. They keep a track of things, but yes, things have gone wrong. It has also a lot to do with the fact they have been playing a lot of aging players. Like Deepak Chahar is a special case. Deepak Chahar is always injury prone. Even when he was playing domestic cricket, he was injury prone. He was always injury prone. But uh, these players, like aging bodies, that's why the injuries creep in. You keep hearing about CSK injuries more regularly because of the every year there is the Dhoni situation. A player in his 40s, when he tries to play, he will have these injuries and he will keep breaking down. So that is a refrain that has been there with CSK. And about the Ayush Matra thing, yes, it was ridiculous. Like I could not believe what I was seeing. That a guy who has suffered a hamstring strain, and the moment it is very basic sports medicine, that when you have suffered a strain, and on a strain when you start try to run, you may end up having a tear. That everyone knows that. Like it is not me like, and it was beyond belief that Ruturaj allowed that. That shows that Ruturaj is completely lost his marbles. Like he doesn't know what he is doing as a captain. He, as a captain, should have asked him, this guy, to. I remember a match between India and South Africa. There was one ODI. It was most probably Dizorzi or somebody who was playing brilliantly, scored a century, and then he had a hamstring injury, and the coach Shukri Conrad called him back. Called him back. South Africa struggled to reach the target, but they did manage to reach the target, but they did not bother for the victory or the defeat. It was more about the fitness of the player. So I don't know where they were coming from, how Ruturaj Gaikwad allowed him to take those 2 runs and aggravate that injury and come to where he is. So it is messy around CSK at the moment. Everything from team building to fitness situations to the medical team, everything. They need an overhaul probably of ideas and management. Let's see what they do.
Nitin, there's a super chat from Ritambra Goswami. Why do so many fast bowling talents like Mavi, Nagarkoti, Umran, Mayank, Mohsin, Akashdeep keep getting injured and disappear after 1 or 2 seasons? To be fair, Akashdeep is still around. He played the full Ranji season for Bengal. So you can't club him with these guys. But his larger point makes sense. You're on mute.
It also Chandresh, it, it may be basic biomechanics of certain players. They just their physique is not meant to bowl fast. I keep giving the example of Pat Cummins. When he started off at the age of 18, from age 18 to age 22, he suffered 6 stress fractures of the back, and his career was it was only, I think, from the 2017 Border Gavaskar Trophy that he played here, and then he had a good season with Delhi Daredevils also. That he started bowling consistently and clocking speeds. So I think somewhere
I
down the line,
advised, I advised him that.
I, I think when these players burst onto the scene at initial coaching at that level has not given them the right ammunition to bowl fast. Their physiques are not meant to bowl at certain speeds, and then once one injury develops, by the time you start getting that fixed, as then you maybe couple of times you think that you are fit and you come back a little too. I think Josh Hazelwood spoke about it recently, that the recurring injuries in his case happened because he felt that he was fit and he came back a little too early when his body was not yet ready. I mean, this is happening at their level, at Cricket Australia level. So here, you're talking about Amavi and Nagarkoti, who were one of the star acts in that 2018 Under 19 World Cup in New Zealand. Mayank, Mohsen, I think their physiques are not ready yet. They haven't done the work required to bowl at consistent speeds for a decent length of time. It's fast bowling is also a lot what you do off the field. Invariably, what you do off the field and the work that you put in the off season to become stronger, to build more muscle mass and strengthen portions of your body which you feel that might be more under strain when you bowl at that speeds. Maybe our sports medicine has not yet developed to take care of these kinds of cases, but then at the other end of the spectrum you have a Mohammad Siraj who keeps running in match after match, month after month, week after week, and yet bowls at the same speed in the fifth test of that England series and wins you a test match. So it's just sometimes it's just biomechanics and basic core strength of bowlers also, Chandresh. And I don't think here injury management can really be blamed.
And intent of the player.
And intent of the player, yes. I mean, the classic example I gave of players is of Damien Fleming, the Australian fast bowler. He developed a stress fracture, I think, when he was 23 and 24, and he was told by the experts that maybe your career is done. But he went on to play for another 7-8 years. In fact, one of the rare cricketers who has bowled the 100th over of the two World Cup semi-finals back to back in '96 and '99, and helping Australia win and progress to the final. So when he developed one of his earlier back stress fractures, the doctors and they told him that, boss, you can't really, your cricket career is almost done. So his motivation was to hang the Cricket Australia blazer in front of his room, and he said that I want to wear this again. And so sometimes it also comes from within, but I also feel sometimes the players' bodies generate from the backgrounds that they come from, the diet that they have been used to from a very early age. We are a very different country, so we really should not be comparing our physical strength, our diet that these players have had from very young age. Many of them have come from very, very impoverished backgrounds also, who have not had two square meals a day. So all that precipitates eventually. It's not that suddenly you get into a system, bowl fast, and you're expected to bowl fast and be injury free. It also where you come from, what diet you've been having for a very the nutrition that you have missed as a child. That also, I think, plays a part when you grow up and you bowl fast in a competitive environment.
And talking about Damon Fleming, his birthday is in 3 days' time. And how do we know that? Because he shares a birthday with
Tendulkar.
Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, two questions around Sky for you, Gaurav. First is from Ojashvi Tapa. हमारे सूर्या भाई भाव जो कई रन्स नहीं बनाए और नॉकआउट मैच से उनका कोई नाता नहीं, वो कैसे ओलंपिक्स खेलने की बात करते हैं? वैसे वहां भी गोल्ड मेडल मैच में रन्स नहीं बनने वाले. Now the other question is from KD_data. He says amid couple of media reports of removing Sky from T20 captaincy, Sky and Gigi responded with their photo at a temple with the T20 World Cup trophy. Any message in this?
Oh, they've tweeted their pictures, right? With the
Yeah, yeah,
to this
yeah,
to this
yeah.
story. तो इसका मतलब they are rubbishing the story. इसका मतलब वो story सही नहीं है. इसका मतलब वो नहीं होने वाला है. पहली बात तो वो. The story has been flatly denied, and actually, I find it a bit illogical that a World Cup winning captain will be dropped in the immediately after winning the World Cup. However, rubbish his form may have been. His form has been rubbish for a while. Even when they won the World Cup in that tournament, also his form was rubbish. So like that. But having said that, थोड़ा सा मेरे को वो doubt लग रहा है उस चीज पे. वो हवा बनी हुई है. But I don't know. I have huge doubts over it because somebody who just won the World Cup is the favorite of the coach will be replaced by somebody whom the coach doesn't like, and the chief secretary is also not too fond of, and who has been was kept out of the India's T20 side since last 1 year when he had a terrific IPL the last time. He scored 604 runs, played the innings of his life in that second qualifier against Mumbai, which I thought was one of the best things played by an Indian batter in the IPL. When he won that match against MI and Ahmedabad for Punjab Kings, led them to the final. Okay. So I mean, logically, I thought 24 mein Shreyas was the perfect guy to take over the T20 captaincy and the white ball captaincy. That is what MSK Prasad said na, that he was being groomed for that role. फिर सडनली एकदम से ये क्या हुआ, मतलब वो समझ में नहीं आया. पूरा स्विंग करके फिर सूर्या के पास कैप्टनसी चली गई. Obviously, Surya had performed brilliantly from 21 to 24 in that period. Not 24 exactly, but 21, 22, 23 whatever his golden years. He was the number ranked batsman in T20 cricket in international T20 cricket for a long while. So like that. But coming back to this thing, I think form kharab hai, no doubt. But he had a great IPL the last time. So I guess 717 runs I think he scored. तो उनके बेसिस पे उनका चल रहा है. और फिर थोड़ा सा न्यूजीलैंड सीरीज में रन आ गए थे just before the World Cup. Played that match saving knock rather against US in the first match. उसके बाद तो फेल ही होते गए हैं. तो unless there's a very drastic effort to root him out, I think he will stay on as the captain. I'll be very surprised if he's removed. At least maybe for England and Ireland रखेंगे और फिर बात देखेंगे. उसके बाद अगर obviously performance खराब है, and then it's very logical that he goes out and somebody else becomes the captain. But then also I don't know, मतलब because Shreyas के साथ जो replacement option being mooted, I don't think Gambhir really has a huge confidence on him. Then they will have to, because Gambhir's next best choice was Shubman Gill, who's not even there in the T20 team now. Doesn't look like getting anywhere in the T20 team. I mean, you're struggling to fit in Yashasvi Jaiswal and Vaibhav Suryavanshi. So it's all very tricky right now. All very tricky, honestly. Even with Surya in bad form.
Yeah. If history has anything to go by, 83 Kapil won the World Cup. Very next year, because of injury, lost his captaincy, and it took him one more year to get his captaincy back. So it has happened in the past, but let's see
But
what
there at
happens.
least there was a choice. इधर तो choice वो भी नहीं है ना कोई
हाँ,
alternative नहीं है because you still not fit Surya into the I mean
नहीं,
Shreyas into the
आपने सही बात कहा, अगर if the coach or the selector don't want him, तो फिर
हाँ
तो
correct
कैसे
they don't
बनेगा?
want
हाँ.
Shreyas. They don't want the coach
But
doesn't want him.
बड़े स्मार्टली तस्वीर भेज दिया उन्होंने just when the topic was being raised that.
हाँ correct so that is all the more indication.
हाँ.
That is all the more indication.
No, and Surya Chandresh tactically he has been brilliant as a man manager and as a captain. I think his calls in the World Cup, even in the matches before the World Cup, his the way he handled Tilak Verma, the way he handled Varun Chakravarti's loss of form, the way he handled Abhishek Sharma's loss of form.
Yeah.
I think he's a very loved captain
Yeah.
in the team. So I think when a captain and a leader is loved by, sometimes it's not the captain carrying the team also carries the captain, especially if the team is winning. So I think that's what has happened with Surya.
Very true. Very true.
Okay, two debuts for Mumbai apparently, Danish Malevar and Krish Bhagat. Both of them are being given debut. So finally, the experiment with Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur may have ended for now. And
What about that left
Didi is
arm
not.
seamer from Bihar? That he is not been picked. The left arm
No, he's
seamer
not
from
been
Bihar.
given the. He's not been
Izar
given the-
Izar Mohammed. He's
Izar.
good here. He should be given a chance. I've heard good things about him.
Okay, there are a bunch of
Ashwini
questions.
guy is also hasn't played a
Ashwini,
single game. He was quite
no.
good last year. No?
Ashwini Kumar. Ashwini Kumar.
Yeah.
Ashwini.
Okay, there are a couple of few questions for you over here. Vijay Lakshmi has a question. Did he, sir, when will CSK sack Ruturaj because of his wide review and tuk batting? CSK lost momentum and lost. Vijay Lakshmi Murthy also has a question. Did he, sir, Shivam Dubey is not finisher. He should bat during middle overs above Gravis. Do something, Didi sir, do something. आप आगे उसका तमाशा देखने के लिए आपकी टीम का देखो
CSK, yeah, Ruturaj का तो चल नहीं रहा है. Last year he played 7 games or 5 games. 5 games. I do not remember the average that he was scoring runs at. I haven't checked it. But this year also it's below 20. So it's a fairly decent sample size of matches where he's not working. Like probably the pressure of captaincy is it's weighing on him. He's struggling. So. Captaincy is not sitting well on him. So you can see that. You can see the decisions that he's taking, whatever he's taking. So I don't think captaincy is sitting well on him. And you have a ready-made captain in Sanju Samson in the squad who is very cool. He has handled captaincy, though hasn't won an IPL, has taken the team to a final, has proper experience, doesn't get flustered too much. ज़्यादा कुछ burden नहीं है कि like prove himself. Other than the fact that playing well is always a motivation, but to prove himself ऐसा कुछ burden नहीं है. So I think like I won't be surprised like if they lose the next 2 games, then if they decide to move on, like I won't be surprised because it will be one proper season. 13-14 games, like 5 last year and 8-7-8 this year is proper sample size to understand whether a captain is working or not. So if it doesn't work by the 7th-8th game, and if you see that they are already knocked out of contention, there is no harm in changing the captain and midway. That is one part of it. And Shivam Dubey, what do I say? Shivam Dubey, as I see it, Shivam Dubey is a spin hitter. He handles spin very well. He can, and mediocre pacers he deals with it. The other day that the who got him, they bowled beautifully, like towards
Sakib got it.
that Sakib, that so those all 3 guys, that even Nitish Reddy, Sakib and Hinge, all 3 bowled fabulously in the back end, in the second half of the innings, and that Chinaman also. So they bowled well, but as far as I see it, like Dubey is a spin hitter to me. I do not see him as a great player of pace bowling. And he struggles against pace, against mediocre pace. Sometimes he comes good, but when it's good pace, quality pacers, he always struggles. So he's the he was in the team as a designated spin hitter, and he is still a designated spin hitter.
ओके, मानिकप्रीत सिंह सेइंग, डीडी सर अब आप ही हो जो फ्लेमिंग को बता सकते हो सारे सीएसके फैंस क्या चाहते हैं, मतलब बेसिकली सेइंग वो पालन हारे निर्गुण हम हारे तुमरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं। बोलो।
हाँ, वो बता देंगे और क्या, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में आ ही जाएंगे तो बता देंगे।
That decision to bowl Matthew Short for the third over, that was ridiculous, yeah. That day.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's bowled
that
two overs
one
for
also.
13
Yeah.
runs. Yeah, he's bowled 2 overs for 13
Over 13
runs.
runs, he has done his
And
job.
he's
Bowling
given Abhishek Sharma another over. I mean,
another over. Yeah,
Okay,
ridiculous.
that went for 25,
that's
I think.
yeah.
25. That's where the game changed in the
Yeah,
first half.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one more question for DD. Reed Savla says, DD sir, I think I know what MSD is trying to do this season. Only time will tell if it's correct or just my assumption. My assumption is the baton has been passed and he won't play anymore.
No, no, he wants to play. He wants to play like he will play as an impact sub in whatever games he can. I am guessing it could be against Mumbai Indians. They are otherwise, if he was out of contention, he wouldn't have been traveling. That is how it works. So he is traveling with the team because he is very near to his fitness. So he will probably play against Mumbai Indians, if not against Mumbai, unless again he sustains another injury and goes out completely. That I don't know. But as far as I know, they will try to play him as most probably as an impact sub in the Mumbai Indians game. If it doesn't happen against GT on Sunday, so
By the
it
way,
is not that it.
Sanjay Manjrekar has made explosive comments about the whole MSD thing on a podcast
Yeah,
that is going to play up in a
that
few
is
days.
going to play. Yeah, yeah. But then the it is not just about MSD wanting to play. It is the franchisee who wants him to carry on also. So that thing is also there. So I don't know why the franchisee hasn't told him, "Okay, fine, let's move on." Especially this year when you had a Sanju Samson, it was not like you just imagine had Mayush Matre not suffered that injury and CSK won yesterday's match, then if you had to fit in MS Dhoni for the Mumbai Indians game, where would you have fitted him in? Like, tell me the slot. Where does MS Dhoni comes in? Had they won that game, had Ayush Matre not suffered that injury? So these are issues that they need to address. But okay, fine, let's see. This will be his last season. Maybe he'll play a few games and then go out.
Okay,
A
toss
final
has been
match
won.
and tip off.
Yeah, toss has been won by Gujarat. They are bowling first. Uh, Nitin, there's a question. Want to know from everyone. I want to ask you specifically. What do you guys think of Ricky Ponting effect on PBKS? Looks like finally PBKS found someone who created a great environment and culture for them. That's what they lacked in the last decade. But I think that they would be doing disservice to someone like Sanjay Bangar and George Bailey, the kind of effect that they had for a couple of seasons over there.
2014, yeah, yeah. They combined very well. Sanjay Bangar and in fact Akshar Patel, one of his best seasons in the
Yeah.
IPL as a youngster in that 2014 season. So and also Glenn Maxwell's one of his best seasons. Uh, yeah, Ponting, he just knows how to, uh, that especially the freedom that he's given both the openers, Prabh Simran as well as Priyansh, and the effect I think that he had on Shreyas as captain. In fact, even that 2013 call to move outside as a player and captain and allow Rohit to captain. I mean, that was a huge call, yeah, for such a big ticket player and a designated captain who has been brought into the franchise as a captain and a leader. Him choosing to step aside and make and give Mumbai Indians and India a future ICC trophy winning captain in Rohit Sharma. That was a huge call that he made. Same thing he did with Shreyas Iyer in 2018 when he and Gambhir chose when Gambhir was asked to step aside and make way for Shreyas. And the next 3 years, I think they reached the playoffs, if I'm not wrong. 19 they reached the playoffs, 20 they reached the finals, and 21 they reached the playoffs. So he has that knack of getting the best, in among his players, and when he identifies certain individuals and he wants to work with them, he spares no effort in going the full distance. That is why I was so disappointed to read those comments about that he had to make about Prithvi Shaw. that he asked him to come out and let's have a net and look at improving certain flaws. And Shaw obviously decided, no, I'm good with whatever I have to do. So the Ricky Ponting impact, the Ricky Ponting stamp rather, is clearly visible in PBKS.
Gigi, quick questions for you from Manikpreet Singh. He says, Gigi sir, अय्यर जैसा प्लेयर और कप्तान नहीं बना, ये इंडिया का लॉस है. जो टीम्स डीसी और पीबीकेएस बॉटम में रहती थी अपनी कैप्टनसी में, वो टीम्स को फाइनल खेलने लगी उसकी कैप्टनसी में. ऑल्सो क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो सेज, Gigi, as in not you, the other Gigi, should remember Iyer won the IPL. Because of that, he got coaching. And finally,
Correct.
Manikpreet Singh says, Sky की चिंगम की एक्सपायरी डेट आ चुकी है, अब चले जाओ, बस करो, उससे बेटर ऑप्शन अवेलेबल है. So there is a wave of sympathy for Shreyas Iyer online.
वो लास्ट ईयर में था, कोई फायदा नहीं होता उसका, कोई फायदा नहीं होता, कोई नहीं सुनता. और गंभीर अभी पावरफुल हो गया है, वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग कोच हो गया है. लास्ट ईयर भी बहुत, लास्ट ईयर I believe that the BCI bosses asked Agarkar also कि क्या हो गया, श्रेयस को क्यों नहीं लिया, क्यों इग्नोर कर रहे हो. तो like that. So he said नहीं ये वो, that is what we have thought of, and ये वो, so like that. So
does Gambhir not want him, or does Agarkar not want him because of previous frictions?
No, it's not just Agarkar, Nitin. Gambhir doesn't want him. Gambhir didn't want him in the one-day team also, but Agarkar insisted, saying that 48 का average है उसका. So वैसा, and the thing is, Gambhir powerful हो गया ना, वर्ल्ड कप भी जीत लिया अभी. So it has, it's not like, and ACC एशिया कप भी जीता, the very एशिया कप जिसमें नहीं लिया था, तो वो थोड़ा सा वो भी हो गया है. Plus, so all those things have kind of worked in the favor of the decision makers who have taken a call on Shreyas. Then Shreyas also took a break from red ball cricket, तो थोड़ा सा because of his fitness issues, तो थोड़ा सा वो fitness के ऊपर आ जाता है, wasn't too active in domestic cricket. So like that. So all those things, they sort of work for people.
The only issue is the only slot he can walk in is at Surya's. That's it.
Yeah.
There is no other slot available.
They didn't give him a chance in a single match against New Zealand. When they picked him for the New Zealand thing, he was blocked. He was not given a single game. So उसे समझ में आ रहा है ना. So वही है.
Okay. Didi super chat for you from Gaurav Jain. Didi sir, Flem watched MS finish game for 16 years. Yet few days back in a PC he said no finish is required in T20. Then who will finish Chase with temperament? The last game was an example.
Now, if you have to see the context of that comment of Fleming was different. He was saying that players are playing in the same tempo from the beginning to the end. So this idea of finishers coming in and finishing the game, it doesn't work anymore. It was not quite a take on what should MS Dhoni play or what. It wasn't a take like that. And yes, 2 overs 30 runs. If CSK has to chase it down, the quality, the players that they have, unless Dewald Brevis or Shivam Dubey is there at the 19th over, to get 2 overs 30 runs, probably still Dhoni is their best bet, because he's the one who can hit sixes, take on one leg, 3-4 sixes just like that with the temperament and the power that he has. That is the only thing that he can do, probably 2 overs 30 runs, hitting those 3-4 sixes. That is his only. That is the only thing that he can do at the probably do at the moment. If you're Devil Brevis and this guy is not there, so yeah.
Didi, but should that game have gone to 2 overs for 30 runs? That's my point. I mean, from 84 needed, from 84 needed of 60 balls. Then the next 2 overs go for 4 runs.
Yeah, they started messing
it up. 11 and 12. They started 11 and 12 went for 2 runs each.
And if you go into that game, that the shot that Dewald Brevis played, they refuse to play the situation. If he is there for 20-25 balls, Dewald Brevis will get 40 runs. He does not need to play a shot like that. So, but he chose to play that shot, threw his wicket away, and then because of the fact that they're losing so much, that pressure came in, and they cracked, and so that is what it is. Shivam Dubey got out. If Shivam Dubey was there, they would probably have got the runs, but he got out.
Okay, final question to all three of you, starting with you, Nitin. Who's winning, Mumbai or Gujarat?
Gujarat, the better bowling side will win.
Gaurav? Mumbai or Gujarat?
Yeah, I hope MI take inspiration from KKR and stage a comeback win. KKR didn't win any and then looked like losing their sixth consecutive match or something, but then they bounced back brilliantly, capitalized on a drop catch, and won the match with one free innings by Rinku. तो ऐसा एक free inning खेलने वाले बहुत हैं MI में. So let's hope that they also sort of find their winning ways. But yeah, right now as Nitin said, GT looks the favorite.
Okay. Who's winning? DD?
Mumbai Indians batting first could be a good thing for them because these guys, like, if they play with a degree of freedom, then they can, if they get a score of 225, 230 against GT, I think that GT's batting has a bit of soft underbelly, so that can be exploited. So if they get a score of around 220, 225, they may have a chance.
Okay, Gaurav Jain has a very important question for you, DD. DD sir, at this point, who is ahead in the sacking race? Rutu or Rahane?
रहाणे ही जाएगा शायद. रहाणे
अब तो वाइस कैप्टन ने रन नहीं बना दिया.
बर्गर ने कैच ड्रॉप करके कल थोड़ा there was a bit of a face saver for KKR, but yeah.
Okay. And then there is a question for both of you, GG and Nitin. आज बुमराह को विकेट मिलेगा?
Let Nitin sir go first.
Yeah, Bumrah is like my pet project. Bumrah, yeah, I mean, I hope he's used properly. I hope that he gets to bowl the first over when the pressure is on, and he's not brought into the attack when 20 or 25 runs are gone in the first over, or even 15 runs over. I hope that at least he starts today. Interesting what kind of wicket they're playing on. Are they playing on a black soil pitch or a red soil pitch or a mixed soil pitch? I don't know. Because generally against Mumbai, I don't think Mumbai have beaten Gujarat there yet at Motera, and every time Mumbai have played there, they have played on a black soil pitch. So,
GG?
I hope Bumrah is given a rest if he has a niggle. उसका क्या हुआ वो जो niggle वो तो मीडिया ने प्ले अप ही नहीं किया यार. वो मेरा जवान ने बोला है. आप लोगों ने मुझे बताया, मैंने कहीं देखा ही नहीं है वो कोड उसके बाद में. It's never been played up by anybody. वो बहुत बड़ा
मैंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस सुना पूरा. मैंने पूरा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस सुना.
But I've not
Bumrah is there in the first 11.
But I'm saying I've not seen that code being played up by the media कि Bumrah has a niggle. It's a big thing. With Bumrah has
He
a
had a
niggle,
niggle before the tournament he went to COE.
Exactly. So why is he playing then every match and bowling 4 overs? I mean, that should have been the next logical question to Mahila. But Mahila bhi kya karega? Mahila to is just part of the system. But I mean, seriously, if he needs a break, I hope he gets a break, regardless of whether he gets wickets or not, because he looks clearly jaded, and perhaps that niggle is beginning to tell, because this is not the Bumrah that we know.
Which only means one thing: June, July, August, he's resting.
100%. I can tell you that they made a pool of selectors. They made a pool of 4-5 fast bowlers whom they are going to rotate and whom they are going to play in the coming months. Anshul Kamboj, I believe, but sorry, not Anshul Kamboj. Khalil is there. Abhi injured hai halanki Khalil. That's what the names that I heard.
But in England there are one days, right? One days are there, right?
White ball,
3 one days.
Yeah.
3 1 days.
Yeah. They will definitely play the one days, I think, in England.
One days खेलेगा, but there's a lot of white ball. नहीं. One days में जरूरी नहीं कि नहीं हो सकता है नहीं भी खेले. Jasprit Bumrah है वो. They will really rest.
But because there are less number of one days and he will play.
नहीं बहुत है. They're going to play New Zealand also 5. उसके पहले 3 against Afghanistan भी है. So like that. So a lot of ODIs are there. Maybe the England ODIs are the only the only place where we see him going logically. Other than that, there's a lot of cricket in which he will be resting.
On the test matches he will play.
Yeah,
but Afghanistan का हो सकता है टेस्ट मैच भी मिस कर दे. Afghanistan के अगेंस्ट हो सकता है टेस्ट मैच भी मिस, because that is just after the IPL.
नहीं चाहिए.
हाँ, because
वो तो खेलना भी नहीं चाहिए.
Yeah, so 4-5 fast bowlers they've earmarked whom they're going to young fast bowlers. Prasidh Krishna, I believe. Prasidh Krishna, I was told 4-5 names. So these are the guys who will be sort of, and maybe more will come into the pool. I'm expecting a comeback from Anshul Kamboj. I think he's been bowling very impressively after that last year's that horror of a test match. So like that. So I think बहुत सारे fast bowlers को chances मिलेंगे. The Jasprit can take it easy according to me till the New Zealand tour. I actually believe, or till the Sri Lanka tour, the 2-test tour of Sri Lanka.
Okay, on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos, and use the super chat to ask questions, because DD and GG will let you know where to get the tickets from for the IPL 2026. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. Back end team, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye and God bless.